The spider spun its silk, and in just a few seconds, it wove a soft handkerchief for the men. The men stared at it in complete shock. Soon, the two reached an agreement. The men would provide food and shelter, while the spider would create fabric for him. From that day on, the spider made all kinds of things for the farm. Warm coats for winter, thick blankets for cold nights, and even windproof curtains for the house. The man's quality of life improved dramatically. Before long, winter arrived. Although the man had solved his problems of food and shelter, loneliness still weighed heavily on him. He had already forgotten the last time he'd spoken to another human being. Time passed quietly as snow covered the land. Eventually, spring arrived and the frozen fields slowly came back to life. One day, however, all the wolves and even the spider suddenly left the house together. The men assumed it was simply their migration or mating season. But a few days later, they all returned, along with their partners. Even the spider came back carrying several tiny baby spiders on her back. Seeing this heartwarming scene only made the men feel even lonelier. Still, he continued working hard on the farm to provide food for everyone. But then one day, the spider suddenly triggered the alarm. The male wolf immediately rushed over and warned the men that something dangerous had entered the area. Soon after, the men discovered an injured girl collapsed near the edge of the forest. The moment she saw him, she desperately begged for help. But as the men approached her without caution, she suddenly bit him. In the next instant, her body rapidly grew stronger, and all of her injuries healed completely. Seeing their master attacked, the wolves immediately charged toward the girl. Under the wolves' pressure, the girl quickly returned to her weakened state. Only then did the men realize the truth. The girl never intended to harm him. Biting people was simply the method she used to restore her strength. After understanding the situation, the men decided to trust her and helped treat her injuries. He eventually brought her back to the farm. The girl was instantly fascinated by the endless fields of crops surrounding the house. She had never seen plants like these before. The more she looked around, the more impressed she became with the men. Pleased by her reaction, the men proudly summoned a pair of scissors using his mysterious ability and picked a ripe tomato for her. The moment she tasted it, her eyes widened in shock. She had never eaten vegetables this fresh or juicy in her entire life. The men then showed her the rest of the farm, and the two spent the entire afternoon together peacefully. As they talked, their relationship gradually grew closer. The men eventually learned that the girl had once been an herbalist. However, several nobles became obsessed with stealing her research, forcing her to flee deep into the forest to survive. Watching her speak so passionately, the men suddenly realized something. This encounter was probably a once-in-a-lifetime miracle. He didn't want to be alone anymore. So, gathering his courage, he asked the girl to stay and live with him forever. The girl froze in place. To her, his words sounded exactly like a marriage proposal. Flustered, the men quickly admitted that, yes, that was basically what he meant. Everything had happened unbelievably fast, but after quietly thinking about it for a moment, the girl smiled and accepted.